Okay, folks, we have returned for another episode of Ark Survival Evolved on the island. This will be episode 8. Have a couple of things I have planned I want to get done. I want to get a tree protection built. I like this tree around our house, and if something comes around here and attacks us, they can knock that tree down, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to lose the tree. If the stego is around here and something attacks that stego, then if that stego attacks back, it could knock the tree down. We could accidentally knock the tree down. So we've got to get some protection around the tree. I'd also like to get the frogs to make us a baby. And so we've got to build something down in the water for them to protect their baby in, so that way the baby don't get eaten. And what else did we want to try to get done in this episode? As you can see, I placed another torch in here. The two lights will offset each other. Cooking up some meat in here. We're going to put that also in the preserving bin. We've got 600 down here in our hot slot. Our hair is looking nice now. We don't look like a homeless man. We've got Sally over here. Got some metal smelting. Actually, it's all smelted, so let's put out that smelting fire. Put the metal in here. As you can see, I've made up a few things in here to work on. We're going to go ahead and start taking some of this stuff and go get to work on our little area out here for the tree. I was telling you in an earlier episode how to make these fence supports when I was talking about how we built this dino pen. I'll show you now how to place these things. I have them on my 0 slot. When you place them, you see the arrow on Superstructures mods. You see the arrow facing out. That's not a normal thing. That is the Superstructures mod. Normally you don't see the arrow. So that's a Superstructures or an S Plus or nominal structures mod. We want this to be a little ways out from the tree, about this far. Far enough that if something attacks the wall, it's not going to hit the tree. So right about there should be good. And then we're going to snap that to this other one here by hitting the G key. And we're just going to run this straight around. We're going to change. See, if we keep going straight, we're going to run directly into our base. So we're going to hit the Q key on this one right here. And that's going to change where it's placed at. We're going to cycle through. See, at the top it's written in blue. We're going to change it. We're going to change that to a 45-degree angle. Change this. We're hitting the G key again, and it's changing it to another 45-degree angle. Here we're going to go a straight angle, and we're just going to go. Now we're just going to go straight to that cliff right there. Now we're not going to go all the way to the cliff because we want to be able to walk through, so we're going to leave a little walk path right here. We're just going to create a little gateway right there. Here, we're just going to make this little gate, this little little wall around our tree to protect it, making this place feel a little more like home. Because, you know, this is our island now. This is our place to live. We want it to look nice. Once I have this wall all the way around this tree, we're just going to switch over to our rails. Now, you can put the rails just flat on here and be done with it. But we want this place to look nice, like I said. So the way we're going to accomplish this is to make it look nice is we're going to use combinations of walls and rails That's how you make things look good in Ark, is you use combinations of different types of walls and rails, walls and door frames. And if you use different combinations, then it looks good. And so that's what we're going to do. And now on top of those rails, we're going to add some window frames. I have an idea of how I want this to look, and we'll see if my ideal works when we're done. If it doesn't look good, well, we'll just tear it down and start over. Looks like I didn't craft enough of them. That's okay. Our base is right there. We've got plenty of resources. So we're going to go to stone. We're going to go to windows. We're going to pull for another 10 of them. Just craft them right up. I guess we should have made that crafting potion and ate some of it, so that way we could craft faster. But you know what? We'll be all right. Every now and then you gotta have an episode like this. Every now and then you gotta have a time to relax and build. You know, this is like sitting down with your Lego set. Just building. This is like Legos for the dino game. Now I don't like my walls just looking like this right here, so we're gonna stick some pillars on the end there. See how they snap directly to the wall like that? Now whenever you build pillars, you want to put them all the way into the ground, like that, just to make sure that it snaps into the ground. We left a whole section off right there. That's alright. We can fix that. You know what? We're just going to raise that pillar up on the end just to give it a little variation. See, that looks nice. Let's go out here and take a look. As soon as we got that wall in place, that stego come over here to investigate. Yeah. Our house is looking nice. Now, you know what? I didn't leave a large enough space over here for us to have a little place to sit and relax. So I'm just going to build another little balcony here like I did on the side of my house. So we're going to place down a foundation. Now I don't want it to be sticking up this high, so I'm just going to move it around a little bit until I can see it sink down just a little bit. Like there. That's good. See how low that is? So we're going to use that right there. And that's going to be our foundation that we're going to use. And then this one will snap to it also. Now that we've got that placed, we can use that as our building point for our little balcony we're going to build right here. A lot of people get confused with these triangle foundations, these triangle ceilings, and but there's no reason to be confused. Basically, the way I did the ceiling over here, a lot of people get confused with building ceilings when you mix triangles and squares. I didn't show this when I was building it, but I'll show you now. Basically, wherever you put a triangle, that's what you want to use above it as the ceiling. So see right here, I built a triangle foundation. So over the top of that, I need a triangle roof of some sort. Whether it's a sloped triangle roof or a triangle ceiling piece. That way, your ceiling always matches up. If you do not do that, then your ceiling's not going to match up and you're going to get frustrated. See over here how I had these triangle foundations? And then over the top, I have those sloped triangle roofs. Right here, I have the square foundation. And over the top, I have the sloped square roofs. Right here, I have the square foundations, but over the top of this, I have the square ceilings. Over these I have the triangle foundations, but over the top of these I have the triangle ceilings. You always want the same shape over the foundation. So if you have a triangle foundation, you want a triangle ceiling over that, or a sloped triangle roof. Try to stick to the same shape. If you do that, if you just remember that simple step, then you won't have any problems building. And then if you're trying to make a circle, then the easy rule of that is, if you have a triangle, then your next thing needs to be a square. That's the simple rule if you're trying to make a circle. So, like right here, where I have 6 triangles in the center, and then I have squares on the outside of those triangles. Well, now I need triangles in between those squares to fill in the gap. And see, we've made a circle. Just like that. That's the easy way to remember it. And then if we was going to put a roof over this, which we may, it may become like a gazebo looking thing. So if you're going to put a roof over it, then you would remember the same thing. If you wanted the roof to slope up at an angle, you always try to put the same shape. So we would want a sloped triangle ceiling over this. And then you would want, not a triangle ceiling, you would want a sloped triangle roof over this triangle ceiling part. And you would want a sloped you would want a sloped roof over this square triangle ceiling. Now, I've changed how far away from foundation supports I can place things. I can go 5 ceilings away from a foundation. So that would be 1, 2, 3. So I can actually go 2 more. So if I wanted to, I could actually go 2 more ceilings out. But you can't do that on regular Ark. That's not a problem for me. But if you wanted to go this far out, you wouldn't be able to. You would have to place pillars down in order to go that far out. So we're going to make this safe. We're going to put some rails around this, and then, like I said, we're just going to make us a little place to sit out here and have dinner, maybe. Have a place to enjoy some this is going to be like our outdoor space. You know what? Let's put a campfire in the middle, right there in the very center. Then we're going to put some benches around the sides. And this is going to be our little fire pit. I know I'm putting a fire pit on wood. How can I do that? Why? Why would I do that? Don't worry. Fire doesn't destroy wood in this game. It's not that realistic. It's going to look nice, though. So you see, we got our little fire pit going. Got our 3 benches. Maybe I could put a 4th there. No, that's going to start looking crowded. So there you go, folks. We've got one of our things done. We got our tree protected. We've got our fire pit going. Our little fire balcony. Now, you know, we're gonna take a look at this from down here. Yeah, we got to do something about that. It's just floating. I don't like that. I don't like when things float like that. If it doesn't look like it would float like that in real life, then I don't like doing it in the game. So we're going to make some small pillars. Snap them on there. So it looks like it's got some support. Now, in the game, it can float like that. I don't like it to float like that, though. So I think we'll need about, I'm going to say 12 pillars. And we're just going to get right back up there with the grappling gun. Speaking of floating, that foundation is floating. We can't have that. And that pillar right there is floating. We can't have that either. I don't like things to be floating that wouldn't really float in real life. You can snap the pillars to the bottom like that. That's how I'm doing it. And there we go, folks. Now it looks like it wouldn't be floating. Looks like it's supported, even though it was already supported before. So we've got that done. So we're going to now make some stuff to protect those little baby frogs. Head down to the water, make the pin for that, and then we're going to take those frogs down there and see if we can get some tadpoles. Now frogs can fit through double doors, so we're going to take advantage of that. We've got 17 of those. That should be enough. We've got 7 of those, so let's go with we're going to need at least 2 of those. So 2 of those, then we actually need the doors. So 2 of those. Then I would say we need about 20 of those. And that will be good. Alright, frogs. We're going to take the Sarco just for protection. So we're going to get on Sir Stickum, have Baby follow us, and have the Sarco follow us. We're going to go down here and build this. Come on, guys. Don't worry, they won't take fall damage if I'm not on them. That's a trick you can do. Notice how I jumped off the frog right before I fell? That way he doesn't take fall damage. If you're not riding on your mount, they don't take fall damage and they don't use stamina. So we're just going to have them sit here. We're going to tell them all to follow us. And now we're going to hit U so they're not all following us. That way they're all together. And they're not going to... We're going to put the Sarco. We're going to change him from neutral. See how it says neutral here? We're going to change him to neutral to attack my target. So that way if anything attacks us, he'll come out here and... No, I don't want you following me, buddy. Alright, well I guess you can come over here and just sit on the shore. Alright, so you stop following me. I'm going to do that by pressing U. We just want him chilling out there on the side. But we want him to be to attack our target, so that way if anything attacks us, he'll swim out here and chomp them. We're going to use these fence supports again to build this. Otherwise, we'd have to place down foundations. I don't want to have to do that. They cost more materials to build than these fence supports. Now, we're building this because when the frogs have a baby, they have to... When they're mating, they have to be in the water. And when their egg hatches, it's a little tadpole. And that thing will get to swimming away. And as you can imagine, it's kind of hard to catch it out in the ocean. So you either have to do it in a small pond, or you have to build a containment. So I just find it's easier to build containment pen, and then the baby can't get out. So what we did was we've placed 3 of those fence supports that direction, 2 across that way. So we did straight, snapped them straight, snapped that to 90 degrees, snap straight. Then we're going to place 3 straight, and then a 90, and then 2 straight. So that way it's going to be 3, 2, 3, 2. Like this here, We're just going to keep hitting G, the G key, until it says 90-degree snap. And there we go. We've got our rectangle. Now we're going to place the door frames, the double door frames, on one end. Probably this end down here. Actually, we need to pick those up. Pick up double door frame. We want it like that right there. And we're just going to place the doors on there. Now, we want the bottom one to be on auto close only. But we want the top to be on auto open and close. And then we just put our walls on a slot and start placing them. We want it to at least be out of the water, so that way the tadpoles can't swim over the top. This is also the way you would make a water pen to hold, you know, say your megalodon, or we didn't make enough walls. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to hold down the N key, use our demo gun. This allows us to pick up structures. And we're going to use some of those window walls up top. So we're just going to place the actual walls on the bottom layer, because we don't have to worry about the window walls being on the top. That those tadpoles aren't going to jump up and go through that window. But if we place those window walls on the bottom, they may swim through those windows. So that's why we don't want to use those windows on the bottom. Looks like we're one wall short. And also, see that gap that's down there? I don't know if the tadpole can swim underneath that. So we're just going to go grab enough stone to make one stone wall. Don't do it. Don't do it. We never gave a name to this Sarco. Oh, that's a bad move, Dilophosaur. We're going to call her Toothy. What are we missing? See, if I hold down the button, because I have those walls still on my hotbar on the 0 key, if we hold down that 0, it shows us what we're missing. So we need thatch and wood, which we have our axe and our pick on our hotbar, so that's fine. So we're just going to grab the pick, hack up this guy here. We should have enough now to make that last wall. Alright, frogs. You know what we're going to do? Also, we have quite a problem here. We need to get some cryopods also. So we're going to put baby inside that pen. First, we're going to make sure she's got some food in her. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the saddle off of Sir Stickum. Sir, can I have the saddle, please? And we're going to put it on baby. Here you go, girl. And we're going to go eat something, so she has some food in her belly. And, you know what? I'm going to try not to kill any of those pink dinos or purple or anything like that. Those dinos that still have the colors on them from the event, I'm going to try not to kill any of them because that event is over. And I don't want to cause all those creatures to go extinct. Now I can activate that event again simply by typing in the command in the line and the options. Ooh, there's a trilobite. Let's eat that guy up. Sorry, dolphin, I don't want to kill you. I'm trying to eat this trilobite. Where'd it go? You sneaky little guy. You dug down in the mud, I think. So we're going to make sure she has some food in her inventory. We're just going to take these things that she don't need. We're going to leave her in this pen. You got enough food? Yeah, you got more than enough food. We're going to leave her in this pen. Now you notice on the right hand side, I have an oxygen meter. Frogs do not have an oxygen meter. They can stay under the water indefinitely and they won't take damage. So we're just going to leave her in here while we go get the stuff needed for some cryopods, which means we've got to go take a trip over to the snow biome to get some organic polymer. Oh, we've got to get that saddle off of her, because we don't have a way to make organic polymer. You need a fabricator for that, and we don't have a fabricator. So we're just going to get some organic polymer by killing some penguins. And what do we need for that best egg? Obsidian. We need that. That's one of the mods I have on this server. And if we're going to be making babies, we need that to make sure we get the best baby. So that way we don't have to breed for hours and hours to make sure we get good stats. What do we want to put in you? How about another melee? I'm going to go drop off this weight up at the base. We're going to leave Toothy down here. Actually, we're going to go up to the base and make a saddle for Toothy. Toothy, you got food? Oh yeah, you got some food. You got some levels too, girl. Stamina, weight, melee, speed, health. We're going to go make a saddle for her and drop off this weight, and then we're going to go to the snow biome and kill some penguins for their organic polymer. Then we're going to rush over to a obelisk and make some organic and make some cryopods. Let's see. Drop off this weight. So we made the protection for the tree. We made the pen for the babies for the frogs. I don't think we're going to get to getting the babies for the frogs this episode. But we've got it ready for the babies. We got it ready for the tadpoles, so that'll be next episode. But we're going to prepare everything for it. But oh, you know what? I didn't make the Sarco Saddle. Sarco. Oops. Sarco. Oh, it's made in my inventory. I could have made it down there. How about that? And what do we need for cryopods? Cryopods let you carry your creatures with you. Cryo. If I remember correctly, we need a handful of things. We need crystal, fiber, hide, metal ingots. So we need metal ingots. That's the only thing we need to carry, metal ingots and oil. All that other stuff we can get on the way to an obelisk. Maybe not the crystal. So we just need to carry some crystal and some metal ingots and some oil. We'll get the polymer on our way there. So crystal, metal ingots, and oil is the only things we need to carry on our way to the thing. So crystal, oil, metal ingots. Split. You notice how little weight it is in my inventory. That's because I'm running a stack mod and I've changed the weight of things on the stacks. So that way... Did I need obsidian? What did I need obsidian for? Oh, for that best egg thing. That's right. What else did I need for the best egg? I don't need anything else for it. Alright. So we got the Sarco Saddle. All we need is organic polymer. You know what? For organic polymer, if you want to get the best of it, what you need is you need a club. So we're going to craft a club. We're going to craft that club. That's the easiest way to get it. And then we're going to take that club over here to the upgrade station. Oh, I forgot to show you guys this. On the upgrade station, where did that club go? Here's our resource bin. On the upgrade station, you can salvage items. Now, that may not sound like a good thing, but until you get a grinder, you can't really do anything with stuff like this spear and these clothes that you find or you get from creatures until you get a grinder. So, late game is when you get a grinder. However, with this upgrade station, you can salvage these items. Oh, look, we got some organic did we? No, we didn't. I thought that was organic polymer. That's element dust. We got that from killing those tech creatures. So we're going to put our club in there, try to upgrade it. We need fiber and wood. So let's see. We got fiber and wood right here, so we're going to try to upgrade this. Now, the reason we're trying to upgrade this is because the better quality wooden club we have, then the more stuff we're going to get from harvesting the penguins. So now we're going to go to structures, we're going to go to upgrade, we're going to go to primitive, we're going to go to this blueprint station, okay? And then we're going to connect it to this upgrade station. We're going to go to the blueprint station, we're going to put our club in there, we're going to turn it into a blueprint, we're going to put it back in our pocket, because you craft this in your pocket, and we're going to pull what's needed to craft it. Now right now it's a 290, because that's what it was when we upgraded it from primitive to an ascendant in the upgrade station. Now because we have started pumping points into our crafting skill, then it lets us increase how much we can do with this, because, well, we got enough points and everything else. So we turn this into a blueprint, then with our crafting skill we craft another one of these, and now it's gone from 290 damage to 427. Now if we wanted to, we could put this back in here again, create it into another blueprint, and then pull the stuff to craft it again. But it's getting more and more expensive to make, and craft it into another blueprint. It seems like we've hit a ceiling. See how it says 427, 427? So it seems like we've hit the ceiling. We're just going to throw this 290 blueprint on the ground, because we've got a 427 blueprint now. And so, actually, we need to make a bookshelf. We're just going to throw this guy in here and drop this fiber off in here. Let's go drop all this food off in the preserving bin. Rare flowers, food, berries. In fact, let's just go berry. Oops. Just throw all these berries in here like this. These seeds we won't throw in there. We got a place for seeds. I never showed you guys this. I organized over here. I put all the seeds in here. Skins in here. Apex stuff. The Apex stuff is what you need to fight bosses. I've been organizing off camera because, well, I don't like to have to search for things, so I try to stay a little organized. I normally do that off camera. When I'm playing the game, I just do it naturally whenever I'm playing. But I know you guys don't want to sit here and watch me organize. That's not entertaining. Chitin. You know what? We've got enough. We've got to get moving. We've got to get moving. We've got to get over to that snow area. We got our club. And I'm perfectly fine with leaving Toothy down here by herself. I mean, sometimes a Sarco will spawn over there. And it looks like a Baryonyx has spawned right there. We're just going to see what level that Baryonyx is. This is level 64. That's not a threat to Toothy. Here, Toothy, Toothy, Toothy. I got your saddle, girl. Oh, that's a cool looking Baryonyx. You know what? We don't want to kill that. We might tame that later. So we're just going to... Now that Baryonyx, it may attack that structure right there, but that structure being stone, it's not going to damage that structure. So we're just going to bring Toothy up here. And she'll be perfectly fine. In fact, you know what? We'll just go ahead and get her here. Get her in the... Oh yeah, I told you I'd show you some of these other attacks of the Sarco. Sarco can do the left click, which is the bite. You can do the right click, which is the death roll, which, as you can see, lives up to its name. It does the death roll, so... There's the left click, which is the attack. On the left click, if something's biting your tail, you just face that direction. You just point the camera in that direction and boom, it spins around. It also has a third attack. You hold down the C key and you see that crosshair pop up. If it's lit up blue like it is, you just release the C key. Nope, tree's in the way. Excuse me, pig. Excuse me, pig. Pig. So you just see how it's lit up blue? It's not lit up blue. It's lit up blue. You just release it and it lunges. Let me go into K mode to show you that. Oh, I can't. There's nothing there to lunge at. So I'll go over here and lunge at this turtle. Okay. Can I not lunge in K mode? That's sad. So it's got the death roll, and it's got the lunge. It's got the left click. And then also if you're in the water and you just get off of it, it stays exactly where you left it in the water. Which means if you're at the surface of the water, you can just stand on its back and shoot your weapon. They can go in and out of the water. They're one of the fastest swimmers. Normally they're not this fast on the land, but as you saw, I pumped some points in speed. There you go, Toothy. Yeah, girl. Well, I'll be back, girl. You be safe. I'm going to cut my parachute when we get over this water. Just drop right in the water. And we're going to head over to the snow area. Get us some organic polymer. And then head to an obelisk and get us and get us some organic polymer, and then get us some cryopods. There's a Dinosuchus right there. Those guys are part of the Ark Creations mod. They're very powerful. The guy's close to base too. Okay. We're just going to travel along the shore. So that way if we need to, we can just hop in the water and swim, because frogs are very fast at swimming. Probably would have been better to go the other direction. But you know what? This will help us circumnavigate the map. Help us see more of the map. Plus it'll spawn in more creatures, which means whenever we do need to find something, they'll already be spawned in. It also means that the map will be a little bit slower, but, you know, that's alright. My computer can handle it. Sir Stickum, this is our last hurrah, buddy. After this, next episode, you're going to be giving me a baby. And, well, you and baby are going to be giving me a little baby. And then, well, they're going to be my main mount. See, the Sarco is fast, but I wouldn't travel around on the Sarco, mainly because it's not very good on land. It's really good in the water. It's okay close to the water. You are very brightly colored. Excuse me, brightly colored one. But the frog, it's good both on and off land, and it's good for taming. And my son knows I love the frog. I don't like its name. It's too close to, you know, the devil's nickname. So I don't like its name, the Buusabufolo, or however you would say it. Fish. These guys are some of, out of the Ark Creations mod, they are the dumbest of the creatures. They just flop like that. A lot of people love that mod. I like the quality of the creatures, but those particular creatures, I don't really care for, and I don't think I'll ever tame them. This is the swamp. The other part of the swamp. On the island map, there is a lot of areas that have swamp, which is good. I like the swamp. It's dangerous, but I like it. Some of my favorite creatures are in the swamp. Baryonyxes, Sarcos, the frog. Who knows, maybe we'll tame a Baryonyx next. Maybe that level 64 brightly colored one. Oh, no you don't, Sarco. You're not fast enough to catch Sir Stickum. He's on to you. You're not tricking him. See, this is why we're just heading right along the coast, because the frogs are on land, they're pretty fast. Especially if you get to hopping like this right here. In the water, they're really fast. You still got to watch out for jellyfish, though. Jellyfish are a threat to anything besides the squid and ballosauruses. They can even be a threat to you if you're on a mosasaurus. They don't sting the ballosaurus, and if I remember correctly, they don't sting the squid. Although the squid is kind of like stomping around on a giga. Once you have one, nothing in the ocean is really a threat to you. So I don't even remember if the jellyfish sting them, or if they aggro onto them, or if they're just so easy to kill with the squid that it's not even a threat. So like I said, I don't even remember. Now there is these giant fish down here called Ladiciosauruses, and they're very passive. In fact, you can go up and just scrape prime fish meat off of them if you have a sickle. There's an alpha shark right there. Hello, buddy. No, sorry, you're just not fast enough to take on the Sir Stickum. Anyways, there's these giant fish that live in the oceans of Ark. They live in the deep parts. Unless you're playing on Crystal Isles map. And these giant fish, they're not aggressive unless you're on a boat. If you're on the raft, they will try to eat your raft. Oh, it's one of those giant sharks, one of those giant crocodiles, the Deinosuchuses. We don't want anything of that. We don't want to mess with it. We don't want to get near it. Those things can kill you in one bite. So we're going to stay away from that guy. He can't catch us. Not many things can catch a frog. Especially seeing how we've pumped some levels and speed. These guys are really fast. If you can't tell, I'm a big fan of the frog. A lot of people don't like the frog. Oh, no, you don't, RG. You're not getting any of Mr. Stickum. We'll just go under the water and you can't follow. Penguins. You just want to look for penguins along shores. You can find them up there in the mountains, but then you got to worry about other stuff up there. Here's another one of these dumb fish flopping around. Now, I would be cold, but I've pumped fortitude on my character, and so I'm not cold. If you don't pump fortitude, well, then you can be cold right now. And my stats are a little high. Some would say that my stats are too high. Maybe they are. But I've played Ark long enough. Sometimes I do like a challenge. Sometimes I'll lower my stats crazy, and then I'll get on cloth armor and try to go fight. There's some penguins right there. Now, it doesn't matter how you kill the penguins. We're just going to kill them with a bow and arrow. And then we're going to harvest their bodies with the club. We got to be careful around here, because saber-tooths spawn around here. Wolves spawn around here. And Carno's right there. We're going to go ahead and kill it, because... Come on, Stickum. Oh, you want some of Stickum? You can't handle Stickum. He knows just about you. He knows all about you guys. These dead bodies are going to start attracting that RG, so we're going to go ahead and start harvesting them. Oh yeah, 50 organic polymer, 164, 184. Now you don't want to gather too much organic polymer unless you have a stack mod, because this stuff starts to decompose. You don't want to kill the penguins with the club, because once you hit one of them and you do not kill it instantly, then they all start scattering. So that's why I'm using the crossbow with headshots, because they're not going to scatter if I do one-shots. However, if I don't one-shot them and I do damage to one of them, oh, I told you that. I told you those dead bodies would attract the Argentavises. Don't do it, RG. Sir Stickum won't put up with it. I won't either. Yeah, what do you think about that? You big vulture. These rocks that we're running beside, these you can harvest with a pick, and you can get oil. These are oil rocks. Now, with a pick, you get some oil. With an Ankylosaurus and Anky, you get a lot of oil. So we're going to tame an Anki eventually. And we'll come back over here. But first we got to get some cryopods. I hate to do this, penguins. I mean, I know you're not aggressive. And one day I'll tame one of you guys. In this playthrough. I've tamed you before. Don't come over here, RGs. You stay over there. You stay over there. I'll stay over here. You do whatever you're doing. You do your bird stuff. I'll do my survivor stuff and collect organic polymer, and we'll both live. I think I have quite enough. You come over here and I'm going to have to kill you. So, I'll show you. Now, these guys right here, this stuff, this is Silica Pearls. Now, with the mod that I have, the Berry Sickle Revival, this thing right here, it lets you gather anything that you can pick up with your hand, unless you pick it up with the sickle like you used to be able to in early game of Ark. And so I can just pick up all of them at one time. I can also pick up rocks like you used to be able to. And also, with the regular sickle, you can only gather fiber from berries. But when they first made the sickle, you could gather berries with the sickle. And this lets you do that again. That's the main reason I have this mod. But also it lets me pick up these silica pearls the way you used to be able to with a sickle. You used to be able to pick up everything you could with your hand. You could pick it up faster with a sickle. And see, here's some over here. And so I'm going to pick up these silica pearls with this berry sickle. I wish they would do that again. I mean, it makes sense that you should have a tool that can let you pick things up faster. So now we've got to you know what? We're just gonna. I don't know if we're close enough, but we may just go ahead and circumnavigate. Ooh, what was that? That was a bag. We just may go ahead and circumnavigate the map. An Argentavis Talon. That's one of those apex drops I was telling you about that you need to fight the bosses. No jellyfish. You know what? I can show you what you get when you harvest a jellyfish. So, under the water, you cannot fire your bow, but you can fire a crossbow. You can also fire a harpoon gun. And so, if you have a crossbow, you shoot those jellyfish, you harvest them, you get biotoxin, which is better than narcotics. I wish you could use it to make better trank arrows, but you can't. You can use it to make shocking trank darts, but we haven't gotten to the point to make trank darts yet. And there's some more crystal right there. We needed some of that early game and was looking everywhere. Maybe we should just come over here to the snow region. Although our fortitude wasn't pumped up, so we would be really cold right now. As you can see in the bottom right hand corner screen, you see that snowflake. That means we're cold. If that turns into an ice cube, we're going to start taking damage. Our food's going to drain a lot quicker, and we're not going to be able to stay hydrated, and our food's going to start draining quicker. So we're just going to zip. There's a lot of crystal right there. How about that? Hello, Sark. Hello, Sharky. We're just going to go ahead and zip around the side of this island, get over to that red obelisk by our house, and then make some cryopods, head back to base, and that's going to be it for episode 8. In episode 9, we're going to try to make the babies, get us some tadpoles, and then who knows, maybe our son will join us in episode 10 after school today when he gets out of school. He alternates between doing school at home and doing school at the schoolhouse with this new way of school. These little ice floes, you can just hop right up on them. There's some more penguins right there. You know what? We don't got the time to harvest them with the thing, so we'll just give them a slight little lick here and move along. There you go, Sir Stickum. Just let's keep moving. Keep moving. The ice region is a good place for some resources. It's also a dangerous place. There's the red obelisk straight ahead. That's some oil under the water right there. If your Anki has high enough oxygen, you can gather that oil with an Anki. Or you can swim down there with your pick and collect that stuff. Or if you have a Dunkleosaurus, you can collect it. Can collect it. We're a long ways away from taming a donkey. They have a resistance to just about every kind of damage. But they're very slow swimmers. This frog is not a slow swimmer, though. Look at him. Just zooming right along. My head sticking up out of the water. That's something to see, isn't it? Thing is, if there was frogs this big, we would be on the meal. On the menu. Frogs eat anything they can fit in their mouth. And that would include me, you. In real life, frogs, they fit in, if they can fit it in their mouth, toads also. If they can fit it in their mouth, they'll eat it. Rats, birds, snakes. You may have seen some of these giant turtles, like that one right there. That's part of the Ark Additions mod. They like biotoxin, which is what we got from the jellyfish. They're actually a passive tame. You just swim up behind them and give them biotoxin, and you can passively tame them. I like the Ark Additions creatures simply because I like even more variety of creatures in the map, but I don't really want to tame any of them. I like the creatures that's in Ark. The reason I like to come to the obelisks to make my cryopods. First, I'm going to clear the area so that way nothing comes and bites me in the butt while I'm in the booty while I'm trying to make my cryopods. Anyways, you can make the cryopods at the orbital supply drops. I mean at the drops like that one right there. And you can make them in the deep sea drops, and you can make them at transmitters. I like making them at these because those have a timer on them. In fact, I might be able to show you with my spyglass. Come on. Show me the health. The normal spyglass doesn't show you the health of these things. This modded one does if you can get it on it just right. And it doesn't seem to be working. But they have a health bar. And if it gets too low, it disappears. So I don't like risking. My stuff disappearing while I'm trying to make cryopods. You can also craft cryopods. I'm not 100% sure about this, but I'm certain you can craft cryopods in the city terminals in the extinction map. But you craft cryopods here under weapons. We're going to need organic polymer, metal ingots, oil. What else? Hide. Are you telling me I don't have fiber? Crystal and fiber. But anyways, I don't like putting all these expensive resources in a drop that may disappear at any minute. So I like to come to the obelisks to create them, just to be safe. Now you see a timer on it. It says 29 days, 23 hours. That's when it's going to despawn. And then you won't be able to use it. You can change that timer by putting it in an SS cryo fridge. And I think the regular cryo fridges may also restore that timer. But I'm not 100% sure about that because I rarely use the regular stuff. If I have an SS variant I can use. And so this will allow us to pick up our dinosaurs and just carry them with us. All of our dinosaurs if we wanted to. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 of them. We're going to craft this last one and then we'll be on our way. Put all that in our pocket. It looks like we crafted one more without realizing it. Now if you have multiple maps, you can upload your survivor. And then you can pull that survivor out in another map. You can also go to Ark Data. And this is my stuff from the server that I'm playing on with another YouTuber. This is my creatures from my other single player mission. I can pull these out and play them on this map. But as you can tell, they're much higher level. So I'm not going to pull them out on this map because this guy is a fresh start. These guys have been bred super high level. They have multiple mutations. I could probably beat this game with these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could probably beat the game with these 6 creatures and never have to tame another creature. I mean, these fire wyverns alone could probably wipe out everything on this map. This is from another single player map that I have going where I just breed creatures on. And so I'm not going to pull these creatures out. That would be cheating because this playthrough that I'm playing through with you, I'm not cheating anything in. I'm simply playing with you guys. I'm not cheating anything in. I'm not using any overpowered creatures. We may eventually get to breeding. Probably not. Anyways, this Ark Data, I'm not going to bring these in. These have been upgraded with the upgrade station and making blueprints and making them better. And it was very expensive. This was on the Flipsiders YouTube channel. Shout out to them. One of the best YouTubers out there. Flipsider Entertainment. Jacob and Sarah. Way to go, guys. And this is my armor on them. I have to bring it back to my single players to repair it sometimes. As you can see, it's almost broke. 3%, 6%, 3%. It's just easier to bring it over here, repair it, and then take it back over there. Because over here, I can repair it without having to worry about my tribe mates stealing all my stuff. Here's from my breeding single player map. Here's if you want to fight the boss. On the island map, you can only fight at the red obelisk. You can only fight the dragon at the red obelisk. And there's the gamma version, the beta version, and the alpha version. You see the requirements that you need right there. You need those 4 artifacts. On the beta version, you need those apex drops and those artifacts. On the alpha version, you need all those apex drops and those alpha drops. Don't worry, we're going to get to all that. It'll be a while. The alpha version of the dragon. Once we fight all 3 of those bosses, then we can go and fight the main boss. We're a long ways away from that. A long ways away from that. So we've made our stuff. Excuse me, wild male parasaur level 64. We're trying to do stuff here, and you're just walking right on top of us. How rude. Whew. How about that jump? That's quite a jump, people. Splash. Splash, splash. Our base is not too far away. We're just going to zip right over this hill here, and our base is... Look at you. What level are you? 36. Man, if you were high level and a female, you might be worth taming. Iguanodons are one of my favorite tames too, early game. Even late game, getting around. Because the frog is very fast. And it can go in and out of water. But the Iguanodon is good too because it never, as long as you're on 4 legs, it never runs out of stamina. Not that I have to worry about stamina on this frog. I mean, he has, 4,000 stamina. And, excuse me. We have returned back to our little breeding pen. So, next episode, we're going to make the baby, the tadpoles. So I'm just going to go up here for safety's sake. We'll be done with this episode. We've managed to build a fence around our tree. We managed to build a little breeding pen down there. Alright, folks. Remember, trust in the Lord. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do at all. I didn't mean to whistle. I meant to cheer for you guys. Remember, how come it keeps resetting? I've got to look into this, people. It keeps resetting. Remember, trust in the Lord with all your heart.